guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with the second half. And we've got a little bit of stuff moving in here for the show afterwards, so just watch out if you're up here on stage. Go ahead and switch that on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so our next presentation is single content streams for social media, and this is presented by Joe Chavez. So let's go ahead and give him a round of applause.
Hit the play button.
Which play? Oh, yeah. Got it.
Press space bar one. Alright, so back when I learned social media, I used this command line program called Mail, and I typed in an arcane sequence of commands, and email address, people out there, and off went my message. Okay, so a lot has changed since then. Oh, I go to a browser now, and I type in an arcane sequence of commands, and my message goes off to the internet. So the big difference is that now we have a lot more choices about where our stuff goes. So we have blogs we can send things to. We have microblogs, and we have just a little bit of things, a little bit of say. We have mobile, cell phones. We have audio-visual expression, so we can send images and multimedia and music out. We have social hubs, so we have like the center of the social world and the internet. We have live broadcasting like Twitch.com, which we're actually broadcasting right now. And we can aggregate all this stuff into a single place so we can see a stream of information about ourselves. So for me, a single content stream is a way to generate content once and weave an information stream through many services in the internet. So by service, I mean, Twitter.com and things like that. So some of the things we'll touch on are those tags down at the bottom. I came up with this idea of scoring these streams basically as a directed graph. So this is the computer science is me jumping out for a minute. And content stream score greater than 2 is interesting because 1 is just you saying something to her or him. So in the microblog case, I can go to Twitter and hit a blog, a microblog entry, go to a social hub and blog, and I get a score of 2. So that means I shared my information with 3 services, and it's being seen by 3 different people. In the blog page, I can change this information or weave it together in a more verbose sense and blog out to my microblog and my social hub, and then do a cross post from my microblog and my social hub, and then I got my score of 3. So I'm getting better at presenting my information. This slide here, I'm presenting live, so I'm blogging on my mobile phone to a live service, to a microblog, to a social hub. So Twitter will see an entry on that, and my Facebook page will pick it up. So I take a picture of the moon, type a message, send it out, and so on. We see these chains of information kind of weaving its way through the internet. So the point of this is that this information is seen by more people, the more arrows you have in this graph. So another example, I want to show somebody something on my computer, such as a screencast, and in this case, I'm broadcasting this out. So I go to one place, and that gets shoved out to 4 different places on the internet. So content stream 4, kind of hover around 4, 5, and 6. The aggregation case, you end up with a 4 also, because what you're doing is taking your multiple services and bringing them into a single place, which can get indexed by Google and so on and so forth. So we're kind of seeing some patterns here. The last pattern would be something like broadcast, where I take a picture on a mobile phone, I broadcast that out. It's the inverse case of the aggregation or the consolidation of your information stream. So the patterns we start to see here are we have a source, we broadcast your content, we have nodes, unique content medium, we have interleaving, so all the arrows are kind of traversing the graph between the content services, the various content services. So the goal would be to create a source node that produces an interleaved single content stream that flows throughout the internet. So here we go. Broadcast, aggregate, and then we get all these interleaves. So all these yellow arrows are cross posts that happen by the services doing it themselves. So it's essentially an automatic thing at that point. So what we've seen here is that we have all these various services, and what you'd like is to say it once and have many people see it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do in my last 3 or 4 months in exploring advanced social media. Main problem, it's fragile. You don't know when these sites are going to drop out. And so you can't do it complex. Username and passwords. How many do you have? But you can express yourself in many formats, and you can expose the information as much as you want. And that's my information if you want to see what I'm doing on the internet.